Yes.
You scan the dusty fortress chamber quickly, searching for trouble, and find it. A wild-eyed Forsworn blocks your path. He looks tough and totally psychotic. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use shout.
Foos. Your mighty shout slams the Forsworn into the dirt. Your attack was not very effective.
Fuck.
Your thumb grows mighty. Your shout skill has increased to level 2. The Forsworn wildly swings his dual swords. You take 7 damage. What would you like to do?
Use sword.
Foos. Your mighty shout slams the Forsworn into the dirt. Your foe is resistant to this type of attack. Your shout skill has increased to level 3. You now command unrelenting force. The Forsworn wildly swings his dual swords. You take 7 damage. What would you like to do?
Use spell.
Your frostbite stings the Forsworn. Your magic skill has increased to level 2. You have learned new spells. The Forsworn wildly swings his dual swords. You take 7 damage. What would you like to do?
What can I do?
You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Attack with weapon.
Your dagger pierces the chest of the Forsworn. The Forsworn looks up at you and promises that 3 more will rise in his place, right before you decapitate him. You have triumphed. You have 79 health.
Nice.
Your skill with arms has increased to level 2. You loot the Forsworn's remains, find a fine iron battle axe, and cast aside your old weapon. There are 2 paths before you, a cobwebbed passageway and a definitely not booby-trapped hallway. Which do you choose?
Booby trap hallway.
What?
There are 2 paths before you,
What?
a cobwebbed passageway and a definitely not booby-trapped hallway. Which do you choose?
Definitely not booby trap hallway.
You move deeper into the fort.
You're
A
getting
skeever
way
roasts on
too
a spit in the
into
hearth, unattended. You smell vermin. A disease-ridden skeever appears. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee.
Use
what
shout.
would you like to do?
Use shout.
Futhro. Your mighty shout slams the skeever into the dirt. The skeever never gets back up. That's what you get for messing with the Dovahkiin. You have triumphed. You have 79 health. There are 2 paths before you, a metal banded door and a heavy wooden door. Which do you choose?
Heavy wooden door.
You move deeper into the fort. A lonely wooden bucket sits on the ground. What did that once contain? A skeever roasts on the hearth. You shrug and take a big bite of the charred rodent, restoring your health to 100. There are 2 paths before you, a half-collapsed archway and a cobwebbed passageway. Which do you choose?
Cobweb passageway.
You move deeper into the fort. A cauldron simmers over a crackling fire. Smells good. An adoring fan has been stalking you for weeks. He's harmless but so annoying. He really needs to die. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Alexa, you shout.
Futhro. Your unrelenting force tosses the adoring fan into the air.
You don't have to
He
say her
crashes
name.
to the ground. The adoring fan tries to give you a hug. You take 5 damage. What would you like to do?
Use attack.
Your raised zombie strikes the adoring fan. Your foe breathes his last. Necromancy is always so rewarding. You survived the battle. Your health is at 95. Your magicka swells with arcane power. Your magic skill has increased to level 3. There are 2 ways forward, a crumbling staircase and a stone staircase. Which do you choose?
Crumbling staircase.
Yo, you're really trying
You
to kill
move
yourself.
deeper into the fort. A skeever roasts on a spit in the hearth, unattended. A skulking death hound growls at you. His master may be close by. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What
Cast.
would you like to do?
Use shout.
You don't want to cast a spell?
Futhro. Your mighty thumb crashes into your foe. The death hound is resistant to that attack.
Aye.
Your thumb grows mighty. Your shout skill has increased to level 4. The death hound lunges at you and bites. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Use spell.
Your raised zombie hits the Death Hound. The Death Hound lunges at you and bites. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Use attack.
Your battle axe hacks the Death Hound. Your skill with arms has increased to level 3. The Death Hound lunges at you and bites. You take 8 damage. What would you like to do?
Use spell.
Your flames sear the Death Hound. Magic flames engulf Death Hound. When the conflagration subsides, nothing remains. You have triumphed. You have 71 health. You loot the Death Hound's remains, find a flawless iron mace, and cast aside your old weapon. There are 2 ways forward, a torchlit passageway and a suspiciously ordinary door. Which do you choose?
Suspiciously ordinary door.
You move deeper into the fort. A stuffed moose head is nailed to the wall. Waist of good leather, you think to yourself. You crouch down and sneak through the shadows. Whatever's ahead, you're going to hit it before it hits you. The room brightens up with an otherworldly light. A flame atronach twists in the air, blocking your path. You can attack with weapon, cast spell, use shout, or flee. What would you like to do?
Use shout.
Futhro, your unrelenting force throws the flame atronach back, staggering it. The flame atronach hurls a ball of fire at you. You take 16 damage. What would you like to do?
Use spell.
Your frostbite stings the flame atronach. Your foe is resistant to this type of attack. Your magicka swells with arcane power. Your magic skill has increased to level 4. The flame atronach hurls a ball of fire at you. You take 16 damage. What would you like to do?
Use sword.
Futhro, your mighty thumb crashes into your foe. The flame atronach hurls a ball of fire at you. You take 16 damage. What would you like to do?
Use attack.
You're about to die.
Futhro, your mighty shout slams the flame
Sure, okay, that's
atronach
fine.
into the dirt.
Bitch.
The flame atronach struggles to get up, briefly, then expires. Good riddance. You have triumphed. You have 23 health. You have successfully cleared the ruined fort of evil. This should earn you a generous reward. You pull a
You have
lever and a
23
path
health?
opens to the
Oh, then
fort's
you're dying.
entrance. How convenient. The Breton breathes a sigh of relief and thanks you for putting down every last one of those vile villains. They really had it coming. She tosses you a guide to sitting like a jarl. You'll read this while on the throne. Dovahkiin, Noloxin Lusfarine, Wadain, Vogel, Mafé Rockustval. Sorry I got carried away there. Ahem. Where were we? Oh yes, you arrive at a crossroads. In one direction is a quaint farm, in the other is a bustling tavern. Where would you like to go?
Alexa, stop.
Safe travels, adventurer. Because you played Skyrim Very Special Edition, I recommend another popular game skill called True or False. Would you like to try it?